Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the movie Hangout, and let's talk about the Marvel producer that destroyed Marvel. If you want to know what happened to the Marvel brand, how it started off great and then just took a deep nosedive, this is the lady that was responsible for it. I'm going to dive into what she did, all the insane ideas that she has or had, and just what the heck happened to her and how we should be grateful. Just thank you so much that she is no longer with the company. I'm going to talk about why she left and all that. Before I do, if you're going over, hit subscribe, click notification bell, comment, and like this video. I want to hear just how thankful you are that the ringleader of insanity is now gone. All right, so I absolutely love the Marvel brand. I mean, I even like the Disney brand. I mean, that's why I talk about it, because that's why I'm passionate about it, because I love Walt Disney. I love what he created. I love what Disney was in the 90s and early 2000s. And it's just painful to see something that I care about be embarrassing and be used for evil purposes. This lady is the primary person, one of them at least, that is responsible for the misuse of something that we all cherished during our childhood. She's the ringleader of propaganda. Her name is Victoria Alonso. Now, this lady is just completely consumed with ideology. She's a terrible storyteller, terrible leader. And finally, enough of us have stopped paying for this crap that Bob Iger has given her the boot, thankfully. Is this going to result in anything good? Is this like a sign that Disney is starting to find their way back to sanity? We'll find out. So I'm over here at Cosmic Book News. Woke Marvel producer Victoria Alonso gone from NCU. I know people were tired of the word woke, right? But I'm sorry. I mean, I could say crazy Marvel producer, and I think that fits her based on what she's done. MCU has been in shambles since Captain Marvel. So she's responsible for Captain Marvel. And with Phase 4 a disaster, and Phase 5 not starting off on a high note. That's her right there. She's almost like if I was to take every crazy little stereotype of a woke person and put it into a hat and then like shake it up. You know, she's like an algorithm, AI generated woke person when I'm going to read what she has said. So Marvel's woke producer has parted ways. The Hollywood Reporter reports the exit happened Friday. So they booted her on Friday. They let her come to the office the whole week. And then they usually fire people on Fridays normally. But the specific details of why are not known. It's because she's terrible. Alonso has been with Marvel Studios since the beginning, as she started off as a chief of visual effects and post-production in 2006. And she served as a co-producer on the first Iron Man. So she's only a co-producer. She's not really calling all the shots. In 2008, as well as Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 was crap. It was terrible. Thor was whatever. Captain America, the First Avenger, decent movie. Okay, not great. Alonso was elevated to executive producer. So that's where the trouble began. With the release of The Avengers in 2011, and served as an executive producer role all the way up to her departure, where she is listed as an executive producer on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and has Secret Invasion and Ironheart. Ironheart, I mean, you probably have seen that on Disney+. Not good. Her most recent title at Marvel Studios was President, Physical and Post-Production, VFX, and Animation Production. So if you're watching the Marvel content and you're just baffled by how bad the visual effects are, how they look like somebody on their home computer put them together, this is the lady that is responsible for that. So one of the first things that she said that was absolutely insane was that she said that the X-Men are outdated. Now, not outdated, meaning we need to update Gambit's kind of like look, or Wolverine's look, or Rogue's look, you know, maybe change their hairstyle or change their jacket or something like that. No, that's not what she was talking about. She meant the name X-Men is outdated. Now, some people may wonder, what does that mean? How could that be outdated, right? Victoria Alonso is also the Marvel producer who said the term X-Men is outdated simply because X-Men has the word men in it. I'm not joking. She said that. She wanted to change the name to X them or X, people, or just X, which is nonsensical because men, women, human, X-men, it just makes sense that men would be at the end of X-Men because it means everybody. It's like humanity. She also blasted former Disney CEO Bob Chapek over Disney's stance on the Florida education bill. She wanted Disney to be like all out fighting against the state of Florida, the state that has given so much free stuff to Disney, that has given them perks and benefits no other corporation gets. So she wanted Bob Chapek, the guy who was like the fall guy for Disney, to be basically a political activist. And she doesn't separate politics from what she does for a living or anything else. Everything is political with her, and that's why a lot of the content on Disney right now is horrible. It's preachy. It's like people say that like a lot of religious movies are kind of like they have a certain look and kind of feel that is like off-putting. It's the same with this stuff. It's like it's just not good. It also says that Alonso also made comments in summer of 2021 about how Marvel is consistently trying to get representation right, no matter how many times it takes. Now, when she said that, what she meant by is that she wants to have less of certain racial groups and more of others. It was kind of a really hateful thing that she was talking about. She wasn't saying like, hey, we're going to create more characters and we'll have more like series and things that are going to be really cool for people. Like what she wanted to swap out certain characters for others and pit some groups against another. And just kind of divisive stuff, not creative in any way. And then number two, there's VFX problems. Look at how bad this is. This looks like one of those apps where you like scan your face and then it puts you on, like a character or something, and it like stretches your face out. Oh my gosh. It's just, if somebody told me that this was made in someone's apartment, I would believe it, not by a major corporation like Disney with endless resources all over the world. Victoria Alonso is also said to be behind problems that have been reported with Marvel and its VFX artists and studios. Back in January, Vulture posted a lengthy article in part stating Victoria Alonso is behind an industry blacklist. I have heard about that. But two other technicians with experience working on Marvel projects lay responsibility for the fear of an alleged blacklist at the feet of Alonso. The main one that everyone's quite scared of is Victoria Alonso, says a Vancouver-based tech who has vowed to never work for the studio again. She is known in the industry as a kingmaker. If she likes you, you're going to get work and move up in the industry. If she is angry at you in any way, you're going to get frozen out. Isn't that kind of interesting for a person that claims to be inclusive and accepting and tolerant? She's actually the exact opposite. She's extremely exclusive, extremely intolerant, to the point where people are walking on eggshells around her. They're just telling her what she wants to hear. And that's a sign of a bad leader. A bad leader wants just people around them basically just saying yes to everything they're saying, to just agree with everything they're saying and everything they're thinking. That's a sign of a bad leader because they're not getting actual feedback. And so that's why she kind of like took the Marvel brand downhill. Quote, so many VFX sources have told me Victoria Alonso was singularly responsible for Marvel's toxic work environment, a kingmaker who rewarded unquestioning fealty with an avalanche of work, but who also maintained the blacklist that kept FX pros wild-eyed with fear. Again, a bad leader makes people afraid all the time. A bad leader doesn't inspire people. That's why Walt Disney was a great leader. He inspired people to create things that were greater than what they thought they could do. Lee added she held a crazy amount of power, bigfooting all major creative decisions on Marvel movies and shows. Kevin Feige and Victoria Alonso personally approved every single shot, all the visual effects work, which is usually the job of a director or a showrunner. Lee continued, the main one that everyone's quite scared of is Victoria Alonso. And then, I mean, just look at how bad She-Hulk is right here. You cannot tell me that an actress that exercises a lot, that gets like a green spray on her, would not look better than this. I mean, it almost looks like a cartoon, you know? Really bad. Disney taking a careful look at Marvel. The news follows Disney CEO Bob Iger offering Disney is going to take a careful look at both Star Wars and Marvel. So now that a Marvel executive producer has been fired, maybe Kathleen Kennedy from Lucasfilm will get fired. I mean, I don't know if I can handle that much good news in 1 week. I don't know, but who knows? March is not over yet. It could happen. Disney Plus has recently been updated where the Marvel shows no longer list a release date, but only coming soon. So this one was a terrible one. I mean, this looks like a really bad cosplay outfit. And then it goes on to say that Thor: Love and Thunder is also a big blunder, of which Victoria Alonso executive produced. She's also behind Captain Marvel, Black Widow, What If, the whole What If series, Eternals, which was terrible, Hawkeye, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and more, all major disappointments. Kevin Feige chose to go with the get woke, go broke approach that Marvel Comics started adapting 10 years ago, and now it's costing them dearly, as fans have been rejecting the politically motivated content, which sees fan favorite characters and decades worth of comics destroyed, all for the sake of the woke agenda. And it really is true. It's not just people saying it to be trolling. It's true. And it's time that these people just accept the criticism, they take it, they change, and they move on. Or all of us, we're just going to keep, having fun, talking about them, and then we're going to be consuming independently created content. But anyways, let me know what you think. Are you excited? Are you happy that Victoria Alonso is gone from the MCU? Do you think that this is like the first step towards redemption for Marvel? Or do you think that Marvel has just damaged their brand to the point where there is no going back, that firing Victoria Alonso is just, it's a decision that has come way too late? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you want to get future rants, reviews, or original content, click subscribe. Later.